Hello, everybody. So I'm going to a doctor right now. And I was like, I have time. Might as well make a video. So I want to make a video of how I am mixed. So have you ever wondered, like, you look at someone and you look at them and you're like, I don't know why, but okay, so my thing broke. I need a new one. Anyways, like always, I'm digressing. So I don't consider myself mixed, nor have I ever considered myself mixed. For my family, my mom and my dad, I've always seen them as brown and brown. You know, they're kind of my skin tone, so I've always seen them as brown and brown, and my brothers, I've always seen them as brown too, right? Like my younger brother was the darkest, like he had a dark skin tone, but that was about it. Like not like dark black, but like just dark skin tone. Like I don't want to say tan either, but I don't. So where was I going with this? I don't like. So that being said, I've always seen everyone, ourselves as, sorry. That's because there's a teacher, so as not mixed, I never thought as myself like, oh, I'm mixed, but with DNA and all that, I don't know why I'm like stumbling to say words, but according to genetics and DNA, I am mixed. So even though I don't consider myself mixed, I am mixed. And so then that's where it's a little bit complicated, because you might say genetics might say you're 80% Native American and 20% European, but what does that really mean? So that's where that plays into what genetics might say one thing, but what about what you know? So for me growing up, I didn't think as everyone like different. That's my experience. My mother has a different experience than me. My father has a different experience than me, location wise as well. So for example, my mom, she's mixed. She's like European mix, and she's mix and mix. Okay, so her parents are mix and mix. European mix with Native American mix. European mix with Native American mix. So they're mixed. Like you can't say that my mom, she has a European ancestor or a Native American. Maybe like a great grandparent. I don't know, but from what I know is that her family's mix. She grew up with like, a white sister, a light skinned sister, a dark skinned brother, a dark brother, oh shit, that stupid ass shot didn't want to go. So that was my mom's experience, and when I listen to her tell some stories, she does tell stories like what did she say? Oh, like how okay, she does tell stories about how when she's little, like the comparison between her younger sister who's light skinned and then her, how they're treated and how she's treated like I don't know, different, she's treated different because or however you want to phrase it. I don't know how to phrase it, but phrase it as you guys want, but I'm just letting you guys know it is how it is meant to be said. And this is where I get lost. So that was my mom's side. You know, she does have stories about how she's like, she says that because she's like the dark skin one, or like from her younger sister, that my aunt would get more stuff like when they would see her. She's very, you know, especially being like light skin. um you know, if you're like, let's say you grow up with like, oh, mixed people. Let's say you grew up with mixed people, and then like dark skinned people, and then medium brown people, and then you're the only light skinned one. People are gonna look at you different no matter what, right? In your community, right? So I guess I don't know if that was, you know, anything could be, right? Racism due to history, like if you're light skinned, you're prettier, even though you're mix, and your child came out light skin mix. I don't know. I don't know how, as a parent, how would you treat them? Like that's, like I said, I am mixed, but I don't know what that was. I don't know how it is to grow up like that. From what I know, it's from a few things my mom has told me, and from a few things I've said. But you know, it's because that's not my situation to say things. You know, I can't say like, I don't know. I can't put it into their perspective, because that's not my situation. You know, I can't say like, oh yeah, you know, my mom was treated unfairly because of her being brown. You know, even though I might think that, and that's pretty sure that's a reason, a good reason why. That's a pretty logical reason. I still cannot say that. I know. Why can't you just say that? I don't know. Shit, I gotta move. I'm gonna Target. I still got like an hour to go to the doctor. So that was my mom's situation, and there's still a lot that I still cannot talk about just because I don't know anything. And you know, like, you will have to hear it from her perspective on how it is growing up like with different type of skin color family members, like brothers and sisters, and growing up with mixed parents. I don't know how they saw her, how they saw their brothers and sisters. I don't know. And then for my father, he's not mixed. He grew up full Indian, full indigenous. You know, the language, he spoke it, they speak it still. But for him, I don't know, like, he didn't have like, well, because he wasn't mixed, like, he didn't really have to deal with that, you know. You don't have to deal with that. And I don't know my father's situation. All I know is that he isn't mixed, so he didn't have to deal with that. I don't know what he dealt with, but like, he doesn't speak his language. I don't know why. Like, like, he's not, I don't know if he was embarrassed like of Indians. I don't know, because like I said, back then Indians, well, still back then and still now, Indians were seen as like dirty, nasty, uneducated, savages, and here, let me just... So yeah, so my dad, he doesn't talk about his race, but I know that there's something there that he dislikes about his race. I don't know what it is, but I cannot ask him still. Like, I don't know, I feel weird why I cannot ask these questions to my parents, but I cannot ask him like, what's up with you, like, your culture and your race. You know, I've learned about it by myself through the experience of interacting with my cousins. So, you know, I cannot tell my dad or just anything. Like, you know, I have to experience it for myself. You know, when I learn new words in my language, when I learn about the culture, it's just, interactions with my aunts and uncles who still live in the farm or in the hill. And yeah, like um something I learned, okay, like this month, because I spent New Year in the farm or the forest, the temperature there is so weird. Like, it'll rain, there'll be sunshine, it'll be cold. And what happened is, like, I couldn't breathe. Like, I would just walk a little bit and I felt like when they say your spirit is coming out. So I felt that way. And then and I looked at the weather, and since there's no signal where we live, there's no signal for anything. So when I looked at the weather, it said unhealthy air, something like that, unhealthy pollution, unhealthy air, something like that. And then I was looking at the information, and it said like not to go out at certain times because if you have like asthma or breathing problems. So then I was like, oh shit. Now I know how I feel. Now I know, like, and because I was feeling like weak, and I was feeling like the air coming out, like, and I wasn't even doing anything, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I googled it, and I was kind of looking into it, and that's when I realized that what did I realize? Oh, that the air pollution, or I mean the air status, that you can't go out at certain times because of the temperature from the forest, like how it is, I forgot what it's called, the this and that, but yeah. Anyways, so that's that about being mixed. And this is my perspective, what else can I say? Oh, my cousins, like, on my mom's side, like, they're mixed. Like, they're light skinned. Like, a lot of my cousins are light skins, like first cousins, and then like their kids, and then so they're light skinned with, like, some have light brown eyes. I never paid attention to any of that. Like, to me, they were just my cousins. And then, like, I think when I started interacting with my dad's side of the family, which is full Indian, I realized, the difference, culturally, they're different, environment wise too, because my dad's side of the family, where they're full Native American, they're not mixed. They own land, they own, they get the water through the river, and they own cows, they buy them, they grow their own food, and they sell it. If they, like, for example, they do trade. So, for example, if I grow a bunch of corn throughout the season or whatever, I will sell that to buy a cow, because I can't make any money because there's no jobs. That's the Native American life. So that's how it is to be Native American. And on my mother's side, now that I'm thinking about, because I was thinking about making this video. So my mother's side is different because they're mixed. When you're mixed, you're not gonna own any land. You're not gonna own any land. You're not gonna have an identity, without being rude. Like, because you're mixed, right? You're not gonna have an identity like another Native American, because they have a culture, they have a structure. You, as a mixed person, you're gonna be pushed away from that. So therefore, it's gonna be more difficult to, like, live. There's a difference between being European, native, and then, like, mixed. So being mixed wise, because I traveled through the desert, over my vacation in car, obviously, and I was, like, looking, and I was just wondering, like, how did my grandparents live? How did my family live in the desert? There's nothing in the desert. There's scorpions. Besides that, there's and there's cactus, but besides that there isn't anything, you know. And I was like just wondering like how did they survive? And that was one through immigration, and then two through mixing. You know, they mix so much that they traveled a lot and they're mixed. So, you know, how do I say it? You're mixed, you travel, you immigrate, and you look for a better life, and you don't have property because as of that you're still trying to find a place, and then you know an identity, and then like it's very difficult, you know. It is very difficult. So that's what I'm trying to say, you know. The way I look at my mother's side of the family. So yeah, I think that's it, you know. What else did I want to say? I don't know. I think it applies to me too because, like, you know, I'm mixed and I don't have any land. Yeah, my dad's full Native American, but still, like, I don't own any land, and like, you know, my uncles would say that, you know, like you could build your own like house, like in our land, like it doesn't matter, you know, like you could build it, like we'll give you land like from our land, but still I feel like I don't know, I just feel like uncomfortable, like I feel like no, I just I don't know. I still don't know about that. Still don't know about that. You know, just because I don't know. Anyways, people are commenting. Is it that's so cool that you're half indigenous and half mestizo and you can see two different lifestyles. Oh yeah, for sure I could see the lifestyle is very different. Do lottery tickets. Follow my lottery channel, and I do play lottery, but I just don't like making videos because it's like how do I hold the camera? You know, like how do I put it in? This thing's broken, so I need to find a style where I could record do a lot of tickets. Before I used to do them at home, but like I remember, I don't know if anybody used to hear a parrot. So now it's in my room and like it makes so much noise, and just I need to find a quiet place. Like this place is quiet for me to make a lottery video, but there's certain places like where I cannot make a lottery video. So yeah, I don't know. But hopefully I do make a video. I don't know, I'm just like, and I haven't won much lately, so it's like I don't feel like uploading losing tickets. He's worth so much more than lottery ticket video. Okay, he has more views when he's doing lottery. I agree. My lottery tickets give me a lot of views. And stop fighting, you guys. Don't fight. He obviously doesn't care about your views. He's okay. Stop. Oh my god. Why are you guys fighting? Oh my. Okay, I gotta go. I'm at Target. So anybody, I had to go to the doctor. In Target, but it's hot in this car. Like, I need to get an oil change too. Like go to Ford. I'm on. Have fun at Target. Thank you. I will. I gotta go because my doctor's appointment is in an hour.